G'day, ZiggyD here with a bit of Diablo 3 news. Well, it looks like I called it a couple days ago when I made my video on Trail of Cinders being OP. Blizzard's decided to nerf it in what they're calling a bug fix. On the general forums, Lyria said, in patch 1.0.5 we'll be fixing a bug with Trail of Cinders that is causing the rune to deal 5 times more damage than intended. That means that they'll be reducing the damage from 1500% weapon damage over 3 seconds to 300% weapon damage over 3 seconds. It looks like what happened was that they miscounted the amount of times that the ability ticks and then did the wrong multiplications and ended up with 1500% instead of 300%. And then they just decided to add that into the patch notes rather than fix it before the patch. I'm not really too bothered by this change because I fully expected Trail of Cinders to be nerfed in some way, though I was hoping it would be something like a half damage. I was hoping that would be enough. Overall, I feel like this is a pretty big fun nerf because I was having insane fun building a build around pretty much just vaulting over everything. One interesting part that they said was, we recognise that some builds which currently use Trail of Cinders will no longer be viable once the bug is fixed. Ultimately, we want to continue to provide players with more build options and ways to feel creative with their skill and gear selections, but not at the expense of going against our design goals or creating situations which can encourage players to limit themselves defensively. That's kind of strange because I would say Vault and Trail of Cinders actually promoted more tanky Demon Hunter builds than anything else before. I was actually stacking more HP than some of my monk friends, so that's a bit of an odd reason to change. But here's the part that makes a little bit more sense. Discipline-based skills were never intended to trump hatred-based skills when it comes to dealing damage. Instead, discipline should be something you build up and save to use defensively, or provide utility in addition to dealing damage. So I guess that kind of makes sense in the end. They haven't announced a date for 1.0.5 to be released yet, so the Vault Trail of Cinders won't be nerfed until then, so if you're having fun with it now, make sure have as much fun with it as you can until that patch. I was planning on releasing a bit of like a build highlight showing how I was using Trail of Cinders in a certain way that actually allowed you to get 100% crit chance, which I suppose made it a bit more OP. But I might still release that video, we'll see. Might be just a bit of fun to look at. That's it for today. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.